everyone, my name is Abraham and welcome again to another car, another auction, and as always, no reserve. Car is super special. Let's check it out.
Talk luxury cars and there's one name that refuses to go away: Jaguar. There might be a handful of German cars that are better built, but there's none with the same sort of elegant Englishness as a Jag. Coventry's finest really is a class act.
And you won't need friends at Fort Knox either. So if you have a motoring soul and you fancy something rather special, don't go away.
Ask any automotive designer or engineer and they'll tell you that automobiles have never been more efficient than they are today. Computer-assisted design, lightweight materials, and advanced aerodynamics have produced the highest automotive performance levels ever seen. But many enthusiasts feel that in gaining these efficiencies, cars have lost much of their character. Fortunately, that statement doesn't apply to all cars. Witness the Jaguar XJ6. The first car to wear the XJ6 badge appeared in 1968. In the ensuing 23 years, there have been thousands of mechanical changes and even a new chassis in 1986. But through it all, the car has remained unmistakably an XJ6 in both look and feel. It's quite simply a classic.
Where do you begin? With the legends of the past. With the heritage and genius that created some of the finest road and racing cars the world has ever known. But in reality, you start with the quality that made all those achievements possible. A gift of engineering excellence which is unique. The single overriding factor that makes a Jaguar car a Jaguar. And you begin as well with the car you're to replace. With a car acknowledged as the best in luxury sports saloon motoring. A legend in its own right. A part of a very special lifestyle. For people who quietly appreciate the best, are accustomed to the best, and will settle for nothing less.
Today I have a very special car, very unique car, very rare car. A 1990 Jaguar Vanden Plas Majestic. It's considered an XJ6 or an XJ40. This was made from 1988 up to 1994.
Now here's Ted with Jaguar's latest and best, the XJ6.
Most people would agree that the Jaguar XJ6 is a beautiful car, but the big problem with Jags has always been their lack of power, until now.
It's amazing what a new engine can do for a car. It can transform something like the Jaguar XJ6 from a ho-hum boulevard cruiser into an exciting performance sedan. The new XJ6, all 3,900 pounds of it, will hustle you from a standing start to 100 kilometers an hour in around 8 seconds, which, for a luxury four-door, ain't too shabby.
This is like really special car. Jaguar did a huge improvement in reliability, and they did a lot of research and to make this car. To be honest, when I first saw this car, I didn't know any information about it, but it didn't take me long after doing a small research on the car and saw so many videos on YouTube about the way they were making it and the research Jaguar did. And this actually was the last platform William Layson, the founder of Jaguar, worked on before he passed away.
What makes a world-renowned car manufacturer send teams of people to spend months on end in the deserts of Arizona and work all hours of the day and night? What makes them plan routes through terrain that sensible people would avoid like the plague and subject expensive pre-production vehicles to the worst possible treatment? The answer is an ideal. The ideal of a special kind of motoring perfection. A car that knows no frontiers in its appeal to drivers all over the world. A world car from Jaguar.
And the first thing that you notice once you get inside the car, the quality of the car. Everything is well made and it's beautiful, from the wood to the leather. And this car in particular is finished in Regency red with magnolia leather.
You retain a tradition of old-fashioned craftsmanship that other car makers threw out long ago.
Double saddle stitching around the console.
A love of fine leather
Enhance those shapes
and a patterned luster of real burr walnut. And you create a passenger environment that's unequaled in opulence and comfort. Because every Jaguar is unique. A legend of handmade excellence in its own right. To be coveted and enjoyed as the ultimate expression of sheer motoring perfection.
I've had it for about 2 years now, a little bit less than 2 years. The only thing that it had, well, the brake was a little bit spongy. It didn't stop perfectly. I took it to few mechanics. Each one diagnosed it in a different diagnose. The first one, they told me it's the ABS module, so we changed it, didn't fix the problem. The second one, he told me it's the ABS pump, and I changed that, it didn't fix the problem. And the third one actually diagnosed it correctly, which was like an air leak in the brake system. So now the brakes are perfect. When I got it, it had the old AC system. The AC was not working because it had the R12 system. So I did change it to 134. I did like the AC recharge, and now the AC perfect. In my opinion, they did a huge improvement on the previous models, and I've owned 2 Jaguars in previous models. I had an 82 and an 85 Jaguar XJS, the 12-cylinder engines, and they both were like had a lot of mechanical problems. They have a lot of electrical problems, especially electrical problems. But the thing is, this one was huge improvement on that. And in the last 2 years that I've owned it, I never had any problem other than the brakes. The brakes was the main issue, but once I sort that out, I didn't have a single issue with this car. The car was always driving and amazing, and it didn't have a single issue. That I've seen and I've owned few Jaguars with lower miles Jaguars. They tend, when they sit for too long, they tend to leak oil and they have more and more problems. But the thing is, this car was always driven, but not much. It only had one owner before me, and he took really amazing care of it. But the thing is, this car was daily driven, but not a lot of miles. So you see a lot of scratches on the body of the car, like here and there in the back on the hood, from daily driving it, from washing it, from parking it on the street. But the thing is, the main thing in a Jaguar, and the main thing that you want in a Jaguar, it's liability and how it was taken care of. So the car Brennan drives amazing right now. It doesn't have any oil leak, it doesn't have any mechanical issues that I'm aware of, or it doesn't have any electrical issue that I'm aware of. The one thing that I noticed in the last probably a week or two, the AC is not coming from the middle a lot as the side. I don't know why that happened. Like there is air coming out from the middle, but not as much as the side vents, and I'm not sure why. I didn't get that checked out. Everything else works perfectly fine. So classic Jaguars, it's one of the best deals you can get on a classic car on the market right now. But the thing is, it could be a challenge finding somebody that can work on these cars and knows how to work on these cars. But the thing is, once you find somebody, everything else is beautiful. And the thing is, owning and the experience of owning a car like this Jaguar, it's an experience by itself. Like, it's one of these classics that's a pleasure just to drive, a pleasure just to look at the car, and it's an amazing experience to be behind the wheel of one of these cars. It's very comfortable, and the seat that I'm sitting on, it's one of the most comfortable seat that I ever sit on. It has a lot of adjustment, all electric adjustment, that you can adjust the seat, and it's so comfortable. It's even have a heated seated in 1990. I love this era of cars because it's very easy to drive. It's have all four-wheel disc brakes. It's have AC. It's have powers. It's have power windows, power mirrors, power everything, and it's just so easy to drive in, and so easy to maintain, and it's relatively very cheap to own, and also to insure. The insurance on it is very little to almost nothing. Everywhere I take it, I get compliments on it, and it's really beautiful. I love the wheels that the car has. I love the shape of it. I love that it has the same color of the car. I think it's absolutely beautiful.
The most beautiful car of its kind in the world. An evolution of restrained sporting elegance. A car that quietly commands admiration, that expresses a style of motoring that is uniquely Jaguar.
I wish I can keep all the cars that I own, but the thing is, I'm on a mission and to get to my dream car. My dream car is a Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. Good luck, guys, and as always, no reserve. Wish you all the best and happy bidding.
I have one final testimonial to the allure of this leaping cat, and that is that a certain tall gentleman with curly hair and cowboy boots actually drives one every day. In fact, Jeremy is on his second XJ6. What more is it to say? I rest my case.